trees are green and overhanging, where the light free and everlasting.
See you in the morning.
All right.
Later, brah. Right.
Should we take that shower, or should we just... No, let's go back and do our things.
Right away. Leaving the door open, too. Yep. Sleeping heels.
I did leave the door open. You're right.
Can you close it?
I don't like when it, even in a game where it's just like random. Oh, it actually auto closes it. Okay, cool.
And no one's inside. Okay, that's good.
Good. Like even if it's just like a matter of like physics, it's just like no, it doesn't matter. But I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to. I don't like leaving doors open.
Ever lived with people that would leave cupboards open in the house?
Ooh, thankfully no, actually.
Lucky you.
Yeah, that's not one I think I've ever had to deal with because that's just obvious, clear, and present danger. Like, there's zero. What's the benefit? Like, I mean, I've seen some lazy things, but it's like that's just crazy. Like there's no effort whatsoever. Yeah. Like not changing a toilet paper roll, not taking out the garbage, not washing the dishes. These are all things where it's like, yeah, come. It's like, come on, but the cupboard is like that's insanity.
You open it, you take the thing out, and then what? What? You just leave? You just.
I've seen like absent-minded fridge door. You know.
Oh, that's super rare.
It's snowing. The smoker's gone. Kuno's still out in the cold. That's kind of fucked up. He literally has nothing going on.
Yep.
Come to think of it.
Still there as well. 11:40.
Like the more...
The man is decomposing visibly now. Every hour, he looks less like a creature and more like a pile of intestines.
The more the game that goes on, the more fucking weird it is and sad it is that these kids are literally just sitting here.
The body is reluctant to let go of the boots, as though it were its last bit of dignity. You're going to need to summon all your strength for this undertaking.
Oh boy. That's a success.
Okay.
Physical instrument way higher than our endurance.
But, is that enough?
Whoa! Kuno's little sneak peek's back for the booty.
Yeah, fuck it to pieces for us, liar cop.
Alright, which boot are you gonna pull on?
Let's start with the right.
It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot.
Pull on the left boot.
It feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or two.
We're gonna have to explain some stupid... We're gonna have to lie to Kim tomorrow morning.
Yeah, there's...
you realize this, right?
Ignore the treatment. Must be a weasel or something.
We're gonna have to lie to Kim tomorrow, just in case you're not thinking 2 steps ahead. Or 1 step ahead, for that matter. Alright, pick up the body and try to shake the boots off.
Oh, that's gonna make a mess.
Step on the corpse as you pull the boots. Try to twist the boots off one by one. Oh my god.
Yeah.
These are all bad ideas.
3 seems like the safest, but they're all terrible.
Alright, listen. These are all gonna destroy this old, rotting fucking pile of meat. This'll possibly rip the foot off. What's worse than we've already shot it? Losing a foot is not as bad as, like... Losing a foot is not as bad as destroying the evidence entirely. Right? We already wrote our autopsy papers up. Let's just try to twist it off. Take the fucking foot with it.
This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off.
Okay.
With nasty slices of polymer sock stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh.
We didn't twist the foot off. Now, what's our lie gonna be?
Look, he's skinning the fucker up good. style.
Like, Kim's gonna be like, where'd you get those boots?
Hell,
Don't ask. Don't ask, buddy. Take stock of the damage.
The legs look like they've been clawed at by wild animals. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly. Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible.
Well, two things to wash at the same time.
Didn't the Whirling have a kitchen?
All right.
Okay. A puko seems to be a Finnish traditional knife.
Where was that mentioned?
She said, "Oh yeah, we're opening up like puko style."
Okay.
It's like, okay.
Don't smell these boots. Better yet, don't even think about them unless it's to think about how you're going to get them clean. That's it, that is. For now, they're unsellable, unwearable, and just downright disgusting. Do not interact with the boots until we wash them, is kind of what it seems to be telling us.
But let's shake him a bit. If anything, it might be good if you have like bunions or calluses.
We pray before the god Contentus that he may bring us good tidings. This is all. It always starts there, doesn't it? Fucking move that around. How about that?
Wow. Are you uncomfortable?
There we go. Because I almost it's defaults on the first item, and I'm just like, all right.
These boots were probably left on the corpse because they were impossible to pull off while it was hanging. They're not exactly pleasant to look at right now, much less smell. Hopefully soon you'll know more about them.
Will I ever be able to wear them?
Is there a saying about walking in another man's shoes?
You've seen too much to be that naive. Even if you don't remember it, you'll never know what it was like to be him.
Walk a mile in my moccasins, is what they used to say.
The size seems about right. Once you get the foul-smelling flesh gunk out.
Alright. Put them away.
Okay. Fair enough. No damage. I mean, it's not like I'm surprised that we didn't get an option to stick our nose deep in and breathe like it's the only air left after deep diving. You know, inhale the boot like it's the only fresh air you have underwater.
Disgusting.
Let the death rattle, like, just fill your lungs up.
Alright. 11:46. Are we going to see Joyce? What's happening here?
Yeah. That's the other activity to do when Kim's gone.
Joyce! Woo!
Doesn't sleep.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
She pats her wet raincoat.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
I could use a coat like that. The rain is freezing.
Neither do I. Pat your similarly wet cloak.
No need. Tell me something.
Yo, give me your jacket. Run your fucking wealth.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy.
And you have no backups down below?
What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
Fine.
Okay.
Everart? I believe.
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Everett's helping me find my gun.
Oh. That's so helpful of him. So very, very helpful. And how is that going? Do you have any leads on that gun?
No.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Yes. As you said.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Your gun, yes. Do you want to talk about something
Mr.
else
Everett's
now?
helping me find my gun.
He seems to be in some sort of loop.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Well, that's not good. Looks fine over here. You sure it's not some sort of glandular problem?
What is happening?
No, it's not that. It's... I have no idea. This is bad.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Executive function is completely shot. I keep pushing buttons and nothing is happening.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Of all the things to be stuck looping, this has got to be one of the most witless.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
Sweetheart, please stop repeating that now.
Her eyes look worried, frightened even.
Mr. Everett is helping me find my gun.
Please.
She looks around.
Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun. Mr. Everett's helping me find my gun.
How do we get out of here? What makes you think we will? Yeah, we need to pull the plug. There's nothing else to do. What if he forgets everything again? Okay, I'm gonna do it. Hold on.
Detective, is everything all right in there?
Wow. Judging from your tone of voice, probably not. Physical hard reset.
No, not at all, I'm afraid. You seem to be caught in some sort of loop.
Oh my god. They had to talk to each other. Loop?
Never mind the details. We've wasted enough
Looper?
time as it is. What matters is that you seem to have got out of it. Now, please ask me something else before it happens again. Something that, preferably, doesn't include the words Mr. or Everett.
Okay.
Of course, Detective.
Okay.
You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else can I do for you?
Now, what was the other one that was when Kim was gone? Do you remember? There was another thing that was like perhaps when Kim leaves. I forget what it was though.
I'm not sure.
We did the reality
Lessons in
loadout, didn't
basic
we?
reality.
Oh, there's two things
My favorite
here.
part of the day.
Yeah, we wanted to talk
Go
to her
ahead,
without
ask me anything.
Kim about this, no?
Was well, I there's a point where it was like, Kim, can you step away for a moment? And then it was like, oh, well, we can come back and do this when he's gone.
And he was like, I didn't think you could handle it or something.
Okay. Now that we're alone, what is Pale? Yeah, okay, so it was this. And then we've got EDC, 58%. All right, well, let's do this first and then come back to that. Because we had exhausted all of this up until we reprocced it just now. With the last conversation, I guess, then.
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yeah, just tell me,
Right,
just tell me.
right. Yes, what is the Pale?
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Okay, we've been through here because
We have been through here.
this is selected, yeah.
Achromatic, odorless,
The negation of being.
Uh-huh.
We've
That's
done this.
right.
We've done this.
the negation of being.
We did all of this. Return to reality.
Yes, sweet, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
And then I chose this one.
Then tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
You were right, it's disco.
That's the one I liked of all these answers.
Yes.
You really didn't know.
Yeah.
This does not spell good for the... I hope so.
Okay.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can.
And back
Even if
out.
we have to do it one basic
I guess it
turn
was
at a
just to
time.
show all the other option possibilities.
There were a lot of options.
But those were the best ones. I remember, I remember going, coming to the, metal is disco is metal, conclusion. Well, here we go. Think of something close to you. Now, why would it be an esprit de corps check? They can access the database, can use unjacketed ammo. Kim debrief done. Okay. Well, there we go.
72.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil. He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do."
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia?
Tequila Sunset. Hell of a name.
Lost his mind.
Preciso Mundo.
Good. And what is the Revachol Citizen Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol. Detective.
Yeah, this came up earlier. De facto, as in not official, but by elimination of all other options, the one we go with.
This is what stands.
Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
Honestly, that changes a lot about how we participate in this world as cops, in my mind, because it's like, you're like, it's what we got, right? Yeah, you are the force that is here doing this thing, but it is like not in a recognized official capacity as accepted by the population entirely. It's just because there would be lawlessness, I suppose, without it.
That's the closest thing to law that we can get, and
so, like, in other words, it's basically like when a sheriff rolls into town, when there was no sheriff before that. You're like, well, that's what you got. Yeah. It's not what was necessarily elected, or chosen, but that's the sheriff that was sent to that spot, and then that's what happened. What do you mean? That's it for the who I am part, then.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
So I'm basically a lackey of capital.
So I'm basically a thrall to foreign interests.
So I'm basically one of the good guys.
So I'm basically going to avoid this subject and ask the next question in this line of inquiry.
Lackey of capital, lackey of foreign interests, one of the good guys. I mean, if this is how you have to internalize it.
I don't think we're one of the good guys.
I don't like 2. I don't like 4. I'm 3 or 1.
Oh, yeah?
I'm 3 or 1. What are you? Are you 2 or 4?
I would say 2.
Really? You would go like, oh, fuck the foreigners? The
fuck
foreign
everything.
interests?
Like, they don't care if they have an attitude of laissez-faire and they're letting the city be in like shambles just to have better control over it.
Okay. Yeah, so you can You can just go top right on that one. Meanwhile, of course, the fucking communist chat goes communist answer. Our fucking... Oh, man. Everybody watching this is a bunch of reds.
It's true
Can't
that
be
the
trusted.
RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it.
She leans in.
Reading your Reader's Digest. Did you know that if you erase certain letters, Reader's Digest becomes Red's Digest?
Oh my god.
They're everywhere. They can't be trusted. Report your neighbors.
Snitch. Kuno doesn't snitch.
She leans in.
Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme,
The meltdown.
nuclear pile meltdown.
Never forget the meltdown. Never forget that in this world, in the however many months of rule that they had, the fucking meltdown occurred, just in case. And we've got a fucking pawn shop bro to tell us more about it. Who was in the shit. Yeah.
They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
Okay.
So permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol.
No.
Thank you, ma'am.
Say nothing.
Back to those basic terms of reality then.
I'm going to.
And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help.
She bows and smiles.
Is this for the other options?
Nothing more nor... Yes, that means not. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me, and if those
Yeah,
authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic
Okay.
terms of reality. Glad to have been of assistance.
Okay, yeah.
The little that I know. Anything else?
I guess that's it. All right, fair
Not
enough.
bad talking to you.
That loop was fucking wild. Oh, let's resume.
Oh yeah. Hope you don't have to like spend points. Alright. Okay, it's unlocked.
Thank
It's
God.
good forever.
Cool. Well, at least until it finishes.
Yep.
Yes. What was? Okay, hold on a second. When the pawn shop owner told us about the meltdown, wasn't our understanding that basically that was after the communists took over and the revolution ended? That the meltdown occurred
They started
prior to the moralists coming in and running the show. The communists overthrew the monarchy. The meltdown occurred, and then the moralists stepped in. That's the timeline in my
the
head.
communists started working on it, and then the Revachol coalition came, but the people kept on working on the reactor afterwards.
After
and then
the-
a few years after it blew up.
After the moralists took over.
Yeah, after the communists were ousted.
Okay.
As far as I remember.
And they kept working on it, and then it blew up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it was still the communists' fault.
Well,
The point is that the meltdown was the communists' fault.
they started it. They started the reactor, but the fail occurred way after they fell out of power.
Who was working on it?
The people after the commune fell, they kept on working on it. The people of the city. I think.
Who's the people?
just the community
This
that was there?
industrial
Just
gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry hostile guests. There are several pots and pans on hand.
Okay, the citizens. I think I would need to like re-listen to that part with the shop owner again.
the communists started working on it, and then the coalition came and said, "Hey, you can't do this here." And then the people there kept on working on it. The random citizens.
In that conversation, I thought it was the communists were
kept on working on it
without the proper.
Oh, yeah, they were not in power anymore.
It was basically a Chernobyl happened because we did not have the proper shit to do this.
Yeah,
that was what I thought that conversation was.
Okay.
Getting the corpse residue out of these boots is going to require patience, and also
Oh.
a huge pot full of boiling water, soap, and white vinegar.
Oh, this is a process. Master Chef out. Okay.
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city, and also to boil a putrid pair of death boots.
Yeah, make sure you clean the cookware after. Check out the cleaning supplies.
There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet next to the fridge.
We also got to talk about that stew.
That's true.
We got
borscht.
we got a stew going, and there's some shit going on.
Man, I
Yeah,
hope there's no secret in the sauce.
there's some secret in the sauce. It makes everybody get a little
Ooh,
huggy buggy.
that will never leave, man.
It's bad. with those boots. Don't be stingy now.
Soap. That's exactly what I need. Pour lots of dish soap into the pot.
The boots are really disgusting. Pour some dish soap and the bottle of white vinegar into the pot. Yes, no. Soap is not enough
Yeah, you need more
for
than that.
fucking corpse foot.
The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft up from the pot. All right now, Chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
Add water, add the boots to the pot, and bring it all to a nice boil.
The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil.
Wait.
Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots. They float to the bubbling surface.
You want some corpse tea, my dude?
Ugh. Nasty. Ugh.
All right, hold on. How long are we going to wait here? You want to give it some more time? You think we're good?
I don't know what's the better answer here. I mean, beautiful. You might analyze the float more, or you could wait some more. I hope beautiful doesn't take it out, though.
The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too.
Oh,
Just like beef stew.
a little more.
Perception.
That's it, Chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into the vent above the stove.
Dump the sock and flesh stew. Examine your new boots.
A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect.
Master Chef out.
Well. Hey,
Nasty.
officer, where did you get those boots? You mean the shiny new, brand new off the shelf stock boots?
I got inspired. You know? So I could
Yeah,
get some of
I went shopping last night, Kim. Look at them. They practically still have the tag on them.
Yeah.
Plus 2 authority, minus 1 composure.
Put your foot down.
Oh man, that shoots us way the fuck up. Blah.
+2 authority, put your foot down, -1 composure, shoes too big to fill. These greaves are light as feathers, and just a tad too big for you, but don't let that bother you. With these on, you'll look like some kind of future warrior, and they'll keep you safe if you accidentally shoot yourself in the foot. So, worth it.
We look like the dude at this point. You know? It's kind of coming together in that weird way. That's a lot of authority. That's a lot. It's a whole bunch of it. So let's put that clipboard back in our hands and keep ourselves humble.
Yeah. Relatable to the people.
And what else did we change? We changed the tie out for the metal, right? The tie was doing Esprit de Corps. And we wanted to get our rhetoric back up. Both are pretty good, though, admittedly. No, wait, hold on. Not Esprit de Corps. It was Inland Empire, wasn't it?
For the tie?
It was Inland Empire, which is already...
Very ugly tie, it's true.
Our inland was pretty fucking high, yeah. Yeah, there we go.
René's medal. Earned.
Okay. Alright, so we got that. We got a level up stat. This...
76.
We should have internalized... We should have resumed it before talking to Joyce, admittedly. But, oh well. Alright, we also had book. We have shower to take. I don't know if shower forces us to go to bed immediately afterwards or not, though.
I would hope not. Anything with the ledger? Maybe interact with something, or...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
You did do the autopsy.
Let's blow it the fuck up.
You want it to go higher?
Let's blow it the fuck up. I want to see if it is 99 even possible. Can you annihilate a stat?
You're on your own. 97.
Okay. That's about as high as you go.
97 is the highest.
Yes, at last, you find a way to piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin.
Right.
HDB 41, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120117000, the Next World Mural.
Wait, HDB 41. Were those officer and precinct?
Harry Dubois?
Yes. That's what it was. I forget the order of the number after, though.
Okay, so hold on a second. With 97%, we rolled a 14 on an 11. They threw 6 on top of our 6. Okay. Plus the modifier. Okay. Right. So yeah, if you hit Snake Eyes, you still fail. Right. Okay.
So that can happen.
Can happen. You can.
That's your 3%
critical
at the
failure.
end. Yeah.
Critical failure. Yeah. All right. HDB 41. Weren't those officer precinct? How long does it take to read the case? Actually, I'm curious about that. But
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
an HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Good to know.
Harry Dubois, HDB.
Confirmed.
Still feels like there's something missing from that.
The Next World Mural.
I mean, when the first time the word Harry came up, like, look at this fucker's haircut and shitty facial hair. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, that looks like a Harry. That looks like a goddamn Harry. The Next World Mural. The Unsolvable Case. The Square Bullet Hole Murder. The Couch in an Unexpected Location. Murder at the Hookah Parlor. I can revisit this. Okay.
Oh.
So these are all heavy reading for these entire cases.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to read these? Would you like to... here's my options right now. Read these, go to the Weasel Room, or read the other thing we picked up. We picked up another book of some kind, if I remember correctly. It was like a novel we found.
I wouldn't mind reading these with Kim next to us, maybe.
Oh, you want to do these with Kim?
Maybe like having him around would add information or feedback. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. All right. And then there's reading the other book.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Okay.
A bunch.
Where was it?
I'm not even sure what we're talking about here. We picked up something.
Am I crazy in thinking, like, I remember picking up something that was like our first book almost?
La Fumée? Or...
What, maybe was it? And then it was kind of like, oh, read this when you need to pass time?
Oh yeah, they say if you want to pass time to like go far faster, you
Yeah.
can read a book.
Yeah. And La Fumée was what exactly again?
Going. It was a red book. Is it an interact? This one.
Yes, there, exactly. Correct. That's what it was, right? Okay.
So you can interact with that book, and we haven't interacted with one yet, right?
Okay, so you don't. Okay, so Kim for the ledger, then for extra insight from his takes on.
Yeah, I would bounce ideas with him and be like. You know,
Okay. So if things are gonna be lesser without Kim, then it's almost as if it's like, well, don't do anything without Kim that you don't have to.
that could be a way to do it. You know?
Okay. All right.
The face of King Freecell smiles at you. For some reason, the smile now strikes you as more forced than it did before.
So it is.
What feels
20 minutes to midnight, right? To 1 a.m. right now.
So what feels, I guess, kind of like bad, I guess, is like the idea of like losing time in the day with him. You know what I mean? On activity, like reading ledger. If it takes a long time out of the day to do those, then we're losing a lot of the day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's my only counterpoint is we could probably use Kim for like other things, maybe. Editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la
And
fumée.
smoke.
Unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel, La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers.
The radical truth. Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they're already alienating their readership.
So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today.
Yours in struggle.
The editors.
Damn. Okay.
Your brother in Christ.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I want to catch up on international developments.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Seminai.
Ah, yes, the Epis.
You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are.
What percentage of Ravisholians can locate Ravishol on a map?
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What is Kunst and Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
Why they decided to title this one section in Walda is beyond you.
It evokes a sense of
It's a flex.
recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand.
Anytime anything is switching to another language from English in a dialogue, it's a flex for a purpose.
As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Different kind of carousel.
High death toll. Fucking Destruction Derby.
Death races.
Carmageddon.
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer.
Alright, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tournée.
Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Hang on, who wrote all this stuff?
Spectacle. Let's watch that. Look at that car fly into the wall. Let's get it from the side cam. You can actually see half of the driver's body hanging out the window. Wow. What's that? We got it on drone cam, folks. Brand new angles, never before seen.
Too close. Whoa, that one's turning right. I've never seen this before.
And of course, thanks to Mountain Dew, we got the magic of the Mountain Dew cam right here inside the car. the Mountain Dew GoPros. Do the do. Here we go. That was our Mountain Dew minute.
Beautiful action.
Oddly enough, this article has two bylines. Nestor and Colada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Wait, why aren't these real names?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
What's so bad about sponsorships?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising
Man,
opportunity.
time is flying. Already
Okay.
105.
But what if you're advertising a company that is owned by a worker co-op? Then what?
Thus, the so-called tournée becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Right. But then you get to see them crash.
Does that burning car say Artesian Builds? Promo code WoolieVersus. I can't make it out. I don't know what it says.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
So how do you feel about fighting in hockey, Reggie?
Terrible. Terrible. I'm not with it.
Yeah.
God.
No, I'm pretty sure I like it for the racing.
Well, you're right. I really am just in it for the violence.
Oh my god.
And they're paid really well. Guess I deserve a bit of the
You
violence.
think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
Oh, that's what it is.
Exposed.
I see.
Exposed.
It's the brands on fire. That.
Almost primal.
Wow. These commie fucks are talking sense. They want you to. You subconsciously want to see the brand on fire.
Wake up.
Oh my god.
That's not what you want. This is what you
The
want.
stilted language and overconfident tone. That's the real giveaway here. You're almost certainly reading a recycled university.
That's
essay,
hilarious,
one
dude.
That could probably use some edits.
Oh my god. Has that been peer reviewed? I'm just gonna make a few changes. I can't believe someone actually published this utter tripe. Shake your head.
I guess I never thought about it that much.
Let's make some edits.
Armed with the lieutenant's trusty
Hell
bouquet,
yeah.
you spend entirely too much time striking every meaningless word
Peer review.
and
Setting the
unsubstantiated
record
claim
straight.
you come across. By the time you're finished, the original article is nearly illegible.
Interior semionics. Let's fucking go.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Alright, let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike.
Oh, we don't get to choose what we edit? Oh. I was getting ready for a fucking, like, a nice series of what do you want a red marker onto the page. Damn. Alright.
You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta.
Yeah, one piece at a time.
Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Ah. Of course.
That can happen.
Damn
Simply,
communists. Should have killed a lot of them when they had the chance.
If it worked for the Wild Pines, all those moochers would be out of a job.
Ooh. Charging rent just to live somewhere is pretty outrageous.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Curious. Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation?
Why should I care? This doesn't have anything to do with me.
Gee, I wonder.
Oh boy.
Curious. I wonder how that go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, living wages or... Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, 57? 50, 57? I think that says, yeah, okay. All right. You know, some form of reasonable accommodation would be pretty good.
Wouldn't it be?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition.
It doesn't work.
Why do communists love puerile insults? and they wonder why they're always being left out in the cold.
Okay.
Empathy. What was that? 10? All right.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
No bad. And that was 1 hour.
Yeah, magazines to expose your streamers.
Show us what you truly think.
The god of content. All right, we got 2 points to spend. And we're about to finish off White Morning.
In 10 minutes.